It seemed like just another routine day on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. As the production team went about their usual preparations for filming, they had no idea that an earth-shattering revelation was about to send shockwaves through the entire cast. In the unpredictable world of reality TV, where drama fuels the storyline and buried secrets have a way of surfacing, no one could have foreseen what was about to go down. Lil Scrappy, the beloved rapper and reality TV star, had built a reputation for his bold, unfiltered personality. A man who had battled his way through the streets, the cutthroat music industry, and his own personal demons, Scrappy had solidified his place in the love and hip-hop universe. Fans had followed his journey closely, watching as he attempted to redeem himself while navigating the chaotic ups and downs of love, family, and career. Yet, beneath the confident, unshakable image he presented to the world, a deeply buried secret had been lingering in the shadows. As the cameras started rolling and cast members went about their usual pre-filming routines, one person wasn't focused on the typical on-screen drama. Standing off to the side, visibly uneasy, was a woman who had been holding on to an unspoken truth for far too long. She was Lil Scrappy's assistant, a woman who had remained by his side for years, ensuring that everything in his life stayed on track. To most, she was just another behind-the-scenes figure, someone whose job was to keep things running smoothly. But on this particular day, she was done hiding in the background. "I've never spoken on this before, but it's time for the truth to come out," she finally said, her voice unsteady but resolute. The weight of her words settled heavily in the air. They weren't easy to say, but she had been carrying them in silence for far too long. The atmosphere on set shifted in an instant. The usual background chatter faded into an unsettling stillness. Every pair of eyes turned toward her, sensing that something significant was about to be exposed. "I've kept this secret for so long," she admitted, taking a deep breath in an effort to steady her trembling hands. "But I can't keep quiet anymore. People deserve to know the truth about what really happened." For the cast and crew, it was undeniable that something significant was about to be exposed. Some exchanged uneasy glances, unsure of what was coming, while others, who had witnessed Scrappy's unpredictable nature both on and off camera, braced themselves for what they had long suspected. Taking a deep breath, she steadied herself, gathering her thoughts before speaking with a quiet but unmistakable intensity. The words that left her lips would alter the course of the show forever. "There was a time when Scrappy, he physically hurt me. When he was drunk, he lost control. And it didn't just happen once, it happened more than once." The entire room fell silent. The weight of her revelation lingered in the air, as if time itself had come to a standstill. Her eyes shimmered with unshed tears, the burden of finally speaking her truth almost too heavy to bear. Every gaze was locked onto her, yet she remained firm. She wasn't looking for sympathy, nor was she trying to gain attention. Tearing Scrappy down wasn't her intention. She was simply revealing the truth, a truth that had remained buried in silence for far too long. "I never wanted to say anything. I never wanted to hurt him," she confessed, her voice unsteady with emotion. "But it wasn't right. No one should have to go through that, especially not in the name of loyalty." The once lively, buzzing set had now turned into a space filled with tension and an unbearable weight. Reality was sinking in for everyone in the room. Scrappy, the man who had won over fans with his charm and struggles, was now forced to confront the consequences of his past. Meanwhile, his assistant, her eyes shining with emotion, began to recount the painful memories that had haunted her for so long. She described the nights when Scrappy would return after drinking, his temper already on edge. In those moments, everything spiraled out of control. The man she had once trusted, the one she had considered family, became someone completely unrecognizable, lost in a haze of alcohol and unchecked rage. "There were nights when he didn't realize his own strength," she continued, her voice quivering. "I know he never intended to hurt me. I truly believe that. But when he was drunk, it was like he lost all control. It wasn't just about the words. His actions spoke louder, and they caused real pain. As the assistant continued speaking, the raw honesty in her voice left the entire cast in shock. Some had witnessed Scrappy's temper on the show, catching glimpses of it during heated arguments and tense confrontations. But this was something far more serious. The realization that Scrappy, someone they had all thought they understood, had hurt someone so close to him in such a personal way felt like a betrayal no one saw coming. In the days that followed, Scrappy's absence from the set became impossible to ignore. As filming continued, an unspoken tension lingered in the air. Everyone was waiting for him to say something, to defend himself, or perhaps to offer an apology. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta had always been filled with conflict, but this situation was beyond reality TV drama. This was real, and the consequences were undeniable. The assistant's decision to finally speak her truth wasn't without its repercussions. While many fans and cast members praised her bravery, others questioned why she chose this moment to come forward. Was she speaking out to help others who had been through similar experiences? Or was this just another calculated move for attention? No matter the speculation, one thing was certain: the weight of her words could not be ignored. Abuse, in any form, was not something to be brushed aside or excused, regardless of the circumstances. Scrappy's reputation, once built on his music career and public persona, now stood on shaky ground. The charismatic figure who had won over audiences was now forced to confront the harsh reality of the accusations against him. As the season progressed, both fans and cast members were left questioning: how would Scrappy respond? Would he take responsibility for his past mistakes? Or would he deny the allegations and continue to avoid the truth? In an emotional conversation with those closest to him, Scrappy eventually admitted that his past actions, fueled by alcohol and unchecked anger, had caused irreversible harm. He expressed deep remorse for the pain he had caused, not just to his assistant, but to everyone he had ever wronged. However, his apology was met with mixed reactions. Some viewed it as a necessary step forward, believing it showed that Scrappy was finally ready to take responsibility for his past mistakes. But for others, it wasn't enough. Words alone couldn't undo the damage that had already been done. Now that she had finally spoken her truth, the assistant began to heal. No longer burdened by the painful secret she had kept for so long, she found strength in her vulnerability. She hoped that by sharing her story, she could not only bring awareness to the reality of abuse, but also encourage others suffering in silence to find their own voice. As the season unfolded, the effects of this revelation continued to ripple through everyone involved. Scrappy's path to redemption remained uncertain, and whether he could mend his relationships or salvage his career was still unknown. But one thing was clear: the truth was out, and there was no taking it back. The episode ended with a hauntingly quiet scene. The camera lingered on the assistant's face, her eyes carrying the weight of everything she had endured. For her, the journey toward healing was just beginning. For Scrappy, the road ahead was long and uncertain. And for the audience watching, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta had reached a whole new level, one that moved beyond reality TV drama and exposed the raw, painful realities of real life.